Make the ground shake. will maneuver. Reaching out. There is no place and no moment in history where I could stand and say, oh, it begins here, now.
And when I see you in the morning, will you still want to be true? I can dream, I can dream that we'll see a brighter day. And I'm alive, more alive than I've ever been your way. And I'm alive, more alive than I've ever been your way. I'm alive, more alive than I've ever been your way. I'm alive, more alive than I've ever been your way. Well, I can dream that we'll see a brighter day. I can see in your eyes that we're through. I close my eyes, the moment I capture, I feel alive. So I hold on, I'll never surrender, and I'll
Just letting you know, I'm like a really chill person. Like, okay, cool.
What's going on, PMALCS? My name's Joe Biscuit Strino, and joining me is Sebastian. Can't talk. Bad instincts. I don't know your last name, Sebastian. I am so sorry.
It's
What
all
is
good.
it?
No one does. It's Alarcon, but don't
Nice.
worry about that. Everyone knows me as Seabass. So, we got a good one here today. We got Send Nudes versus the Carries next door, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's gonna be a good one. I got a lot of good feelings about this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool to see how Carries Next Door does this week with their 2-0 last week against Send Nudes, who did not perform as well as we hoped last week with going 0-2, but hopefully they could, pull a game away, or hell, maybe they could even pull a whole series. It's really anybody's game here, week 2 PMA LCS.
Absolutely. So it's going to be Carries Next Door, going to be starting off on the blue side. Joe, do you want to go ahead and introduce them?
Yeah, so for Carries Next Door, we got Rafal in the top lane. I know Rafal personally. Rafal's a great guy, great symphonian, love him to death. CND's jungler is going to be Maye. We saw Maye perform very well last weekend. The mid laner for CND is going to be Panic at the Top Hat. Unfortunately, last week I kept calling him Panic at the Disco, and I am so sorry. CND's AD carry is going to be Adonvel. Adonvel also had a pretty good week. All these guys are really solid. And then finally, last but not least, we have support. And I believe support for CND is, I actually have no idea.
Uramus.
Oh yeah, Uramus. How could I forget Uramus on support? Uramus is a great guy. I played with him last split. Cool.
All right. So on the other side, we have Send Nudes. In the top lane, we got Juice Me Mommy, Sean Armstrong. Really, really solid. Has been playing, I believe, since season 2, I want to say. Believe since season 2, we have Hillary Clinton. It's going to be over there in the jungler. Juice Me Daddy, Caleb Ekstrand, has been playing since season 1. He's going to be in the mid lane this season. Family Man 96, Joseph Navarro on 80 carry, and Obora what? Obora. How about that? We're just going to call him Obora Ben Powell in the support role for Send Nudes. I actually have a lot of good expectations for this team. Caleb Ekstrand, Juice Me Daddy, is actually a really solid mid laner. I'm actually very interested in how he performs against Panic at the Top Hat, who historically in the history of PMALCS has been one of the more driving forces, especially coming out of the mid lane. So I'm very interested to see what kind of chess game they're going to be playing around in Champ Select and trying to get both of these players their comfort picks, their high impact picks, so that way they can try and carry out the game.
Yeah, definitely. And going off of that, like I said, both teams performed very interestingly. CND, like I said, went 2-0, and Send Nudes went 0-2. And so, as we saw in our last game on Thursday, which was OEG, and I spacing out on the other team, we were kind of in the same situation. Oh, it was the Lunchboxes of Doom, and we were in the same situation, and they actually pull the game from each other. And so it's going to be interesting to see if something like that will happen in this game, or in this set of matches, or maybe there'll be a 2-0 either way. But it's anybody's game.
Hi. I was actually on that team. Thanks you guys for getting the 0-2, but it's all good. We went ahead and we smashed expectations like we're going to for the rest of the season. But going off of that,
Oh,
I mean, you guys were the ones that predicted the 0-2, so I mean, that's on y'all at that point. But in any case, yeah, it's the beginning of the season. Most of these teams are still trying to figure out their synergy. In the cases of the lunchboxes, it was trying to figure out a shot caller. So, really, these 1 to 2 weeks are very. What's the word I'm looking for? Very, very volatile in a lot of team chemistry, because a lot of teams are still figuring it out. Some teams haven't had a lot of practice together. Some teams have that, synergistic lanes. So it's just really all volatile right now, because you're not really going to have a set. You're not really going to have a set team chemistry until about maybe week 3, maybe even week 4 in some cases. So I'm really, really interested to see what Send Nudes does differently. One of the biggest things that I've seen throughout the PMLCS is that whenever you go up against a team that, is going to be, very, very strong, which Codename Carries Next Door have already proven themselves to be a very, very big driving force in the league, is what can Send Nudes do that is uncomfortable for them. I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of these, like, quote-unquote lower teams are going to be wanting to do, is to try and find out what that uncomfortable thing is and make it their own. So in this case, maybe it's, Hillary Clinton. Maybe he has to be a little bit more vocal in the jungle to try and get all these calls out, especially with him being in the jungle. I actually expect for him to be the main shot caller. But it's just very interesting to see where a team chemistry goes. So I absolutely, in my opinion, I'm expecting Send Nudes to go 1-1 in this series and try and catch Panic at the Top Hat and his squad on the back end, or maybe even try and get an upset.
yeah, Sebastian, completely agree with you. Like I said, we've seen it before in PMA LCS, and we will probably see it again in PMA LCS. However, we already started the pick and ban phase. As you can see, hopefully, there we go. We have the Bard ban that CND chose. I'm not sure if I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his name if that's like his main. But we also have the Vel'Koz ban against Panic. Saw that ban last week a lot, trying to ban out that mid lane. These are pretty standard bans, especially if these are all mains. We saw the Rakan ban come in, and that has been a phenomenal pick in PMA LCS recently. We saw it work really well on Thursday, and we saw it work really well in week 1 if it wasn't banned. And so Rakan is definitely a support we want to either pick or ban out, just because of how strong his engages are. Sebastian, you can cover the rest of the bans if you'd like.
So we have a Vel'Koz ban and a Kha'Zix ban coming from the side of Send Nudes. Vel'Koz has definitely been one of the strongest carries that Panic at the Top Hat has in his arsenal. And we're also seeing Eve ban here, so a Kha'Zix and Eve ban. They definitely want to double down on Maie. Maie, I've played a couple of scrims against him. Definitely has the carry potential to try and drive this game, and that's something that Panic at the Top Hat, that Frank hasn't really historically had from the jungle side, and it's really, really interesting to see how much pressure they can put from the jungle, because if you have two separate lanes, especially one as cohesive as Panic at the Top Hat and Maie, I mean, it's going to be a really, really good season for them. So I absolutely agree with the Kha'Zix and Eve ban here coming from the side of Send Nudes.
Definitely. And going off to that, it looks like CND is going to first pick Morgana for Euromoose. I believe Euromoose is a pretty good Morgana. I just heard from our sponsors that Panic also plays Morgana in the mid lane. Morgana has a bunch of CC, could do a lot of damage if you build full AP and Magic Pen, and it's just a nasty pick. And it looks like Send Nudes has not had a pick yet. I don't really know what's going on. They just picked Ezreal. Ezreal's a great pick. AD carry, I'm not really sure. how Ezreal's doing. Sebastian, if you want to take that away.
Ezreal is actually really strong right now, especially with the double tier build. If done correctly, can really output that mixed damage. So it's actually really hard to build against as of right now. It's a solid pick. It's nothing too crazy. Like honestly, I don't think it's very crazy. It's not like a Kaisa or a Jinx that can really take the reins on a game late game and just exert so much pressure. So Ez is actually a very good pick here, because it can also dodge the Morgana if it is in fact a Morgana support. And we also see the Rengar here coming from the side of Hillary Clinton. I don't think I've ever seen him play Rengar. However, I'm very excited to see him actually pick up a carry style jungler instead of just going to the Sion or the Yorick, which he has historically done in this league. So I'm very excited to see what he can actually pull off in this Rengar, because carry style junglers right now are ruling the meta, especially in solo queue. So it's definitely interesting to see what he can do here in the 5v5 setting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Rengar will be able to pick off that Morgana, will be able to pick off that Sivir, which Donville has just picked for CND. Sivir, is very laid back AD carry, focuses more on team fights, I believe. Don't know if it necessarily counters the Ezreal, but that spell shield is going to be really nice, especially with the Morgana spell shield. They'll be able to, deflect a lot of abilities that CNCND might have in these next 3 picks they have coming up here, as well as they might be able to dodge some of the Ezreal poke, or not dodge, they can deflect some of it, or that Rengar ult, I believe, if that's how it works. Interestingly enough, we got an Olaf pick here for Maye. As we saw, it was just disgusting on Olaf. Oh my god, he was able just to get on that back line, and it was really interesting to watch. And I'm actually really surprised CNCND didn't take that pick away from Maye because of his performance last week on Olaf.
I think in this situation, CNCND is kind of in a pick your poison type scenario. I mean, they banned the Kha'Zix, they banned the Eve, which he's already done very well on. I don't think Hillary Clinton actually plays the Olaf. So from there on, I mean, you just kind of have to give it up. It's one of those picks that you just have to give up no matter what.
Right.
And we see the Janna. That's actually a really, really good pick. I'm actually very impressed by that pick. That's a lot of disengage. You have the Sivir, you have the Morgana, you have the Olaf. Sivir pops the ultimate, Olaf pops the ultimate, not going to be able to get CC'd or anything else, but that Janna can go ahead and disengage the rest of the team, and they can focus on the Olaf. That is absolutely a good pick, in my opinion. That's a lot of disengage, and again, that keeps that Ezreal safe. That keeps that Rengar, kind of under wraps as well. So I absolutely agree with that pick. Very good pick up there by CNCND in reaction to that Olaf. I honestly think that was planned.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's something that they really needed with, like you said, with the disengage. And interestingly enough, yeah, I mean, they were able to pick their poison, and they were able to pick something that kind of has an antidote a little bit to that. Obviously, if the Janna ult's down, it's a little bit of, it might be a little interesting to see what happens, but at least they have something to get away from that Morg, Sivir, and Olaf.
Right. All right, so we see here from the side of CNCND an Aurelia ban. Rafal, I've seen him play Aurelia. He's actually very well versed on the champion. A very good ban there. I honestly am looking for a Swain ban. Rafal played it last week, and he dominated. He dominated the lane. He was pushing to tower. I mean, Swain right now is actually a very, very good pick in the top lane, or even in the mid lane if they really wanted to flex it over to Frank. So I'm really looking for the Swain ban here. I don't think a Swain ban would go amiss, but we're gonna have to see here.
Yeah, casting that game, it was very interesting to see just how the synergy Maye and Rafal had just going on that back line. At one point they were just so tanky that they were just unkillable, and it would really CNCND, I think, needs to ban the Swain here, and they're going to ban the Taric, which I know is another Euromoose. I know Euromoose plays Taric a lot, and it's a pretty good ban here. I mean, the Taric ult, synergizes really well with the Sivir ult, and so it's a good maximizes Sen-Nude's potential, though. I think, like you said, the Swain ban would have been a little bit better here.
Well, the thing is that you ban the Swain, you take away both any Rafal pick or Panic at the Top Hat pick.
Mhm.
Because now in this situation, your Moose is like, okay, well, we're just going to go with the Morgana then. And, Frank has his opening of any mid laner that he really wants, including the Swain. I think the Swain would have been a smarter move. However, I don't know what kind of research Sen-Nudes has done on the side of carries next door. So maybe they know something that we don't. However,
they actually might pick it right here. Honestly, they probably could.
It may be. I mean, Caleb may actually. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
Ornn. It's an Ornn.
Oh. Yikes.
So that's an Ornn top. That's going to be Ornn top from the side of Juice Me Mommy. So that, again, that's a lot of disengage, but it can also act as engage as well. He's shown that he's very well versed on the Ornn. He got it banned a lot of times in the past seasons. So maybe he's trying to get something going at this point in time with the Ornn. The Ornn pick right now in top lane is very, very strong. Not so much in solo queue, but in a 5v5 setting can definitely turn team fights around. Mundo.
Whoa.
God, I hate that champion.
Wow, I'm actually kind of shocked. I'm a little bit blown away with the Mundo pick here for Rafal. Knowing Rafal, like, I don't believe he's, at least in my in my knowledge, I don't think he's really played a lot of Mundo back in the day in like season 7 or season 6 when I started to know him. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how he does on the Mundo. Obviously, Mundo is not per se, but it's a little bit different of a play style. And I mean, I guess, with the Olaf already picked and the Morgana picked as well, you kind of just need a tank just to frontline for the Sivir and the Morg. So, not a bad pick, but I think the Swain would have been better.
And we're going to see an Ahri here from Panic at the Top Hat. Panic at the Top Hat and Ahri have had a very, very solid relationship in the mid lane. Whenever Panic at the Top Hat doesn't have the counter pick, which in this case he doesn't, and they saved the last pick for Juice Me Daddy on the side of Sen-Nudes. It's always been his really solid go-to, and he's pulled out so many games on that Ahri to the point where he just doesn't die. I think that's the biggest thing, is that he preserves that KDA, but he doesn't feed on the Ahri because she has that escape. She has that outplay ability, which Frank can absolutely put to good use. Even though he's historically been a control mage type mid laner, he's done a lot of great stuff and a lot of really solid assassinations from the side of the Ahri, so I'm really looking forward to that. We're still waiting on Caleb's pick here. I don't know.
It looks like he just picked Fizz.
Is that a Fizz? I don't see it.
So it says on the spreadsheet that he's picked Fizz. And the stream says picked Fizz, so it looks like he's playing Fizz, everybody. I'm not...
Wait, what? Why? I'm confused. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's gonna be a Fizz from the side of Juice Me Daddy.
Yeah.
I don't really know where that falls team comp-wise. It has a lot of assassination potential to try and get back into the Sivir or the Ahri, or maybe just survive the Ahri in lane. But as far as team fights are concerned, it's a very skirmish type mid laner and doesn't really offer a lot of team fight ability other than just the assassination threat. So I don't want to say I don't know. I'll just have to see. I think the Swain would have been a better pickup.
Yeah, I think so too, but doing a simple op.gg search, it looks like Juicy Daddy actually, when he does play Fizz, it's not a lot, but he just does remarkable. I mean, 24, 11, and 8 is one of his KDAs, 19, 4, and 6 is another, and I believe those are ranked games and ranked solo queue games, and so Fizz might just be a comfort. Yeah, 23, 8, and 13. Yeah, I think Fizz is just a real comfort pick for him. don't know. I don't know where it fits in the comp either per se. There's the engage with the alt and the disengage with the E, but it's going to be interesting to see how both of these comps work and how they coincide with each other. Sebastian, who do you have winning this game?
Let me look at the champ select. Hold up. Honestly speaking, I have, as much as I love rooting for the underdogs, I have carries next door. They have some very, very solid picks. Their team synergy is very blatant because the Mundo, the Olaf, the Sivir is just the go button, really. All of those champions can really put that Sivir ult to good use, whether it be engaging or disengaging a fight. That they have that duality to them as well. On the side of Send Nudes, you kind of have a little bit of everything. You have the poke from Family Man's Ezreal. You have the assassination from Juice Me Daddy in the mid lane. The assassination threat from Rengar as well. You have the engage/disengage from the Ornn. So it's a little bit more jumbled, but it's interesting to see where they want to go with that. And they have the disengage from the Janna, of course. Team fight wise, I think carries next door has it. However, Send Nudes, one of their biggest win conditions is getting those early picks. Is getting those picks before a team fight really happens. And the way that they're going to do that is through vision control. They have to buy pings. They have to have an amazing vision score to keep up with all of the rotations and catch carries next door mid-rotation before they start hand-holding. I honestly expect for carries next door to start hand-holding at least 4 or 5 man around the 16 to 17 minute mark and go ahead and do those huge macro plays, because Sivir has wave clear. Sivir has a lot of siege potential. Ahri has a lot of the assassination potential during those sieges as well. And meanwhile, on the side of Send News, they don't exactly have a lot of wave clear. They gave that away with the Fizz. The Ezreal, I mean, besides the ultimate, isn't going to really be able to push the lanes. So they need to catch them in rotations, and the only way Send Nudes are going to do that is vision. So one of the biggest keys for Send Nudes now is going to be vision. I 100% guarantee that.
Yeah, definitely. And, I think going off of that, for me, if I had to pick a team to win this match, it really depends on a few things. And you've touched upon most of those already. I think looking at risks, if we're doing a risk analysis here, Send Needs has a lot more risk than CND. This is because the Rengar, the Ezreal, the Fizz, I mean, if these champs don't get those early picks, I don't really know how Send Needs is going to be able to take this win. You know what I mean? I feel like these are really snowball-y champs, or they're more snowball-based, and so they're going to need that early game snowball to get the W at the end. And so I think CND's comp's more safe. I think it's a lot safer actually than Send Nudes. Send Nudes comp's very aggressive. I don't know. I think if this was a solo queue game, I think I would go with Send Nudes' comp. But with the fact that this is, a league and, whatnot, it's fives, I think I got to go with CND here. Just because the team comp's a little bit, it's just team focused a little bit more than Send Nudes. So that's just my opinion on that. Obviously, I like the safer. I would just pick safer because it's a team-based game, but that's just me. So with that going on, with that being said, we have CND picked both of us for winning, I believe, right? Sebastian? Oh, Sebastian is muted. I don't remember what Sebastian picked. Okay, so Rich is the one streaming this game for us, thank God, because my computer I don't think would be able to handle streaming as well as Discord. And so Rich also has picked CND for this match. And I think it's just because it's safe. It's safer. I mean, the Mundo does not need to get Snowbally to be tanky. He just waits until he gets 2 items and bam, he's a tank. Olaf, same thing. Ari, it's Panic at the Top Hats, it's his comfort pick. It's like comfort food, Sivir, we saw Donville do great on Sivir last week. I believe he was against a Morgana Caitlyn bot lane, which was way more aggressive than the Tarek Sivir lane he was in. And they actually won lane. Euromoose and Donville did. And so with that being said, I have a lot of faith actually in CND's bot lane. And I haven't seen Euromoose on Morgana personally, so I don't really know what to say about that. I'm just not really familiar with CNCND Nudes. I didn't cast their game, and so I'm not really sure how these players are or how well they will do, because this is a carry-based comp here. If the Fizz can leave lane 5-0, I feel like it's game over, personally for me. And that's just what's gonna, I think that's what's gonna happen here. But you heard from Sebastian and myself. But
hello.
What do you guys think? Hey, Sebastian.
Oh, okay, awesome. Cool. I have connection issues. My bad.
No, it's all good. Give me that fat hashtag CND or fat hashtag S exclamation mark and exclamation mark for CNCND Nudes for who you believe is going to win. I know there's only 6 viewers tonight, and I'm just going to apologize. We've had 3 games basically the same, or no.
No, that's tomorrow.
Wait a minute. Oh my God.
It's just Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday night. People are going out. But thank you for our 7 dedicated viewers for watching. It's really awesome. Sebastian, do you have any last thoughts before we get into this loading screen?
No, not really. I mean, I've already said.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what I said as well. Like I said, I think if this was solo queue, I would want a CNCND Nudes comp. You know what I mean? I feel like this aggressive comp is how you win solo queue games. But this isn't solo queue, and so it's just going to be interesting to see how they do. And I mean, like I said, casting the game on Thursday, we were in a similar situation here, and all of our Rich and mine's expectations were completely blown, and so that could happen here. It definitely can happen here.
Absolutely, you can't take a solo queue mentality into these games, and that's been my biggest telltale sign is that although you can play certain champions in these games, you can't take them into solo queue because they just don't have that carry potential. But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna load into this game. Hopefully, there's no pauses because if there is, I'm gonna cry.
But what if I like crying, Sebastian?
That's your prerogative, not mine.
Wait a minute.
So we actually take a look at the keystones here. Nothing too major. Everything seems the same. I mean, the supports all have summon Ares, so they have that extra shield. Fleet footwork on a Donville with the Sivir. Kleptomancy with Family Man. Juice Me Daddy with the Electrocute. Really looking for that assassination, so it's Panic at the Top Hat. Predator. What's up?
Do we have a cheese going on here?
I don't think so. I think they're just hand-holding right now. They're trying to get this... were they spotted? I believe they were spotted, yes. The Janna did spot them into the bush. I don't think she spotted anybody other than Panic at the Top Hat.
I don't know either, but they definitely... Somebody saw a ward, I believe, or pinged to ward. I'm not sure.
Well, the Janna definitely spotted Panic at the Top Hat. Yeah, and now that Ezreal key pretty much gives it away that they have been found out, so they just go ahead and ward it up. And it looks like, Mundo's going to go ahead and teleport back into the top lane.
Well, it looks like he's actually going to walk.
Oh, yeah, he's going to walk. My bad. Yeah, my bad.
You're good.
So pretty standard starts here. Hilliard's going to start on the blue side, while Maye is going to start on the red to keep that early pressure in the top. I want to see what Hillary Clinton does as far as scuttle control, because that's one of the big prerogatives in this patch for the junglers is to get those scuttle crab openings to try and get that early level 3. Yep. Yep. All right, so Panic at the top hat already putting on the pressure on Juice Me Daddy, which naturally happens with a Fizz versus any sort of ranged laner, and that's a lot of damage coming out early from Frank. Still piling on the damage, and Caleb not really being able to do anything early. Is not going to be able to punish that at this point in the game. Probably going to have to go for an early magic resist item. It's the Yurmus actually landing a binding on Obora. Gonna win the trade there along with the Sivir Q. Really good opening right now from the side of Carries next door.
Yeah, definitely. And funny thing you said about the Scuttle, but it looks like Hillary Clinton went to Scuttle first before grabbing. So Scuttle Vision is definitely Sen Nude's game here, and it looks like he's actually going to grab the second Scuttle Crab as well.
We actually have a little bit of an engage here on Juice Me Daddy. Is going to go ahead and pop the Ignite. Panic at the top hat pops his own while also popping the Flash. Chalk that one up to Juice Me Daddy. Very well played in the beginning.
Wow, just phenomenal gameplay here in PMA LCS on both sides.
Oh, we actually have Juice Me Mommy actually winning in the top as well. Juice Me Daddy is gonna go ahead and flash. Is gonna troll pull away. May might actually flash for this. No, he gets it with the undertow. First blood over to Maye on the Olaf here. Very well played.
Yeah, I mean that was really good work from Maye to go through with that even after the flash. I feel like a lot of people would have been discouraged. His E. It looks like we got a little skirmish in bot lane. Nobody's dead.
Yeah, just poke.
But Maye's flash is down, and that'll hurt future ganks here in the next, I think it's 5 minutes, however long flashes are down for in the early game. And so we'll see. Hopefully Hillary Clinton could then get something off, because his flash is still up, and that'd be great.
Oh, actually, Family Man is going to go ahead and burn the heal. Uramus is actually very low. Obora is actually trying to get it. Drops the Ignite. Will actually pick up Uramus. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Juice Me Daddy is trying to get some sort of revenge. So much damage from the fully empowered W on the side of Juice Me Daddy. Meanwhile, Juice Me Mommy is actually going to try and go for a trade as well. Dodges the Q. Hillary Clinton is here. Misses the Bola strike, but it doesn't matter. The electrocute coming through. Juice Me Daddy, both Juice Me Daddy and Hillary Clinton, gonna go ahead and pick up Panic at the top hat. Very well played. Oh, meanwhile, Maye is actually gonna come to the bot side. Hits the undertow early on Obora. Obora still trying to get out. Undertow hitting both. Maye is still getting it. He's gonna go ahead and get the undertow. Double kill. God. Maye is popping off early. 5 minutes into the game. That's a triple.
Wow, holy crap. You hate to see that happen if you're rooting for Sen Nudes right here. Oh my god, some real good work here from Maye. Really, I mean, he's putting the team on his back right now in this early game to get that pressure off. Oh, that was, wow.
Very, very well played by Maye. Meanwhile, at the same time, the bot lane of Sen Nudes did not have vision control, and Maye was just able to walk up while they were overextended past the river. You cannot do that, especially because they just saw your jungler in the mid lane. They know there's no threat of a counter gank. Maye, that was essentially free. You gotta keep that in mind if you're the bot lane of Sen Nudes. You gotta keep that vision ward up to make sure nothing's gonna happen. Juice Me Mommy is gonna go ahead and go for a trade. Actually does a substantial amount of damage. Rafal actually has to pop the ultimate to try and heal through. Juice Me Mommy, not a lot of mana left in the tank, but is still trying to go ahead. May go back in? No, there's just a little bit of back and forth here. Oh, actually gets the W proc on there, but it's not going to go through. And meanwhile, Family Man and Ouroboros are going to go ahead and try and take over the vision control in this bot lane. But yeah, going back to that, you have to have that vision control, or either that, or as soon as your jungler goes ahead and Juice Me Daddy in a very particular situation here, he's gonna go ahead and use the Q to get out of that. Doesn't even have to burn the troll pole. Very well played. But yeah. So the bot lane, you absolutely have to understand that your jungler just showed. So that means that the enemy jungler has free reign on any lane. So you have to back up and you have to respect the pressure or the carry potential that Maye has, especially being the jungler that he is.
Yeah, and even going off of that, Maye has a CS lead against Hillary Clinton here after pulling off 2 successful ganks. I mean, that is just brutal right there. Oh, we got a mid lane fight.
The water's actually going to hit Panic at the top hat. And the E will actually go ahead and take it from Juice Me Daddy. Very well played. Frank, out of mana, I don't think he was able to ult out of that situation, and Juice Me Daddy didn't even have to pop the ignite. Very, very well played. But also, that's very substantial, because, I mean, that's another ignite for another fight. He can definitely take it back to Frank with that ignite advantage. Flash is going to be up for both of them. Oh, Hillary Clinton actually trying to pick a fight with Maye. I don't think that's a very good idea. Does have Juice Me Daddy there in the back. Rafal popping. No, he didn't pop the ultimate, but he is going ahead and CSing here. Juice Me Mommy still trying to pound on the pressure. So Maye actually burning the ultimate to get out of that situation. Very well played. They're gonna go ahead and take the scuttle control back.
It's a game of vision here in PMA LCS week 2, definitely. With the early scuttle takes from Hillary and now scuttle contests. But you also hate to see Fizz getting those early kills on Panic at the top hat. That's obviously Sennude's win condition is getting these early kills, and they're starting to get some off. So, if Maye's got to get some more ganks off, or Rafal or the bot lane needs to pop off here for CND, or they might be in trouble here until the mid game.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny because I'm eating my own words right now. I said that Frank is very well versed on that Ahri, being able to not die in these 1v1 lanes, but now boasting an 0-2 score against Juice Me Daddy. Although Juice Me Daddy has had a couple of ganks, or actually has had one gank from Hillary Clinton that led to the kill, he's also been playing the lane very, very well. The trades that he's been going and taking against Panic at the top hat have been very, very well executed. Doesn't take a lot of trade damage, while also boasting a lot of damage on his own, which is what a Fizz does. I mean, actually, they're going to go ahead and take a trade here. Uramoose is actually going to be pushed back by the Janna ultimate. Directed Camera really wants to see this fight top lane instead. Juice Me Mommy is actually not going to go ahead and pick up that kill on Rafal, who pops the ultimate and is healing through. Directed Camera OP.
Yeah, can we get a rip directed camera in the chat?
I know,
please?
right?
Thank you so much.
So real.
This directed camera, sorry. Anyway.
Directed Camera just really wanted to see what was going on top lane instead of that huge play. Flash and ultimate burn on Ouroboros and not being able to take the kill. Oh no, Panic at the top hat and Maye are here. It is a 3-man gang. Family Man burns the Flash to try and get out of there. Panic at the top hat is going to go ahead and pick that up. Ouroboros is in a very particular situation. Juice Me Mommy still piling on the damage on Rafal. Will be able to get out of there safely. Really good pathing there by Ouroboros.
I feel like the teams are just like watching us while we cast because it's just I say that they got to get some more ganks off on the side of CND, and that's exactly what they do here. Oh,
Juice Me Daddy actually missing the Chum the Waters, but it doesn't matter. Uramoose is gonna get caught out. And you see that's what you were saying before, the vision control. They have to catch him on these rotations before they can get a full 5v5 fight off, and that's what Sennudes are doing, and they're doing it very, very well. Yeah, they definitely are. What was Uramoose trying to do? Was he trying to board that bush, or did he just get out-rotated? No, he pinked the pixel.
Okay.
And he tried to kill the enemy pink that was also in the same pixel, and that's when they decided to go ahead and jump on him. Juice Me Daddy actually zoned out Maye with his waters, so that's what left Furimus alone, and they were able to just all three of them jump together and pick up that kill.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Another trade going from Juice Me Daddy. Panic at the Top Hat burning the flash very preemptively. That fizz damage is nothing to scoff at. Rafal is still putting in a lot of damage here. Pops the ultimate for that little bit of healing. Juice Me Mommy is not really deterred by that. He's actually going to go ahead and call the Forge of the Ram God. Hillary Clinton is here. Juice Me Mommy misses, but it doesn't matter. Hillary Clinton damage. Juice Me Mommy with the kill secure flash. To go ahead and get that in his pocket. Very well played. Very well played by CNCND.
Yeah, definitely well played there. Rafal was a little caught out, but I think he saw the Rengar coming because it looks like he was backing off right as that Ornn ult came off, and that's when the Rengar ulted right onto him. And it's not fun, but it's really funny seeing what he bought. He bought a Sunfire cape and a cloth armor as well as 2 pots. I mean, that's how much money was sitting up in the top lane there.
Oh, Juice Me Daddy's going to try and find Panic on the top hat. Panic on the top hat. Situation. There's a teleport coming from the side of Rafal. Juice Me Daddy is going to walk out of that situation. Ultimate actually popped by Maye as well. They're going to go ahead and pick up this Infernal. Don't think CNCND has anything to really counteract this. It is looking like it's going to fall. Hillary Clinton actually in the mix. Juice Me Daddy going to go ahead and get in the mix as well. This is actually a very bad team fight from CNCND. Juice Me Mommy is in the middle. Maye, so many low health bars. Family Man is just in the back, not being hit by anybody. Oh, Panic at the Top Hat is going to go down as well from the Ezreal Arcane Shift. Juice Me Mommy is still on the chase, trying to look for something to happen. A Donveld not really in the situation to do anything. Juice Me Mommy misses the knockup, and they're going to go ahead and they're going to get out of the situation. So, 2 for 2. Both mid laners.
No, it was a 2 for 3, I believe.
It was a 2 for 3?
I think Yermos died as well. He just respawned.
Yes. So that is in fact a 2 for 3. Dragon going over to the side of Carries Next Door. Not bad though. Rafal actually wants to go ahead and extend this team fight. He's not going to be able to do it. Juice Me Mommy is back in this mix. Yermos is already back. Oh no, Juice Me Mommy's just going to go ahead and get taken down. A little bit of an overstay there. Very, very aggressive with Yermos already back up. Yeah. So now that 2 for 3 turns into a 3 for 3, and goes ahead and puts Carries Next Door, not in the driver's seat, but kind of stems the bleeding a little bit from there.
It at least opens the car door for them. All they have to do is just keep this lead up and sit in it. And as we say that though, CNCND actually has a little bit of a gold lead here, which is probably just from that extra kill they have. But out of all the drags that could have been
it's actually going to hit. He chummed the waters, flashes going down. He gets charmed, gets the ignite. They both go down from the ignite. Maye going to go ahead and pick up that kill on Juice Me Daddy. Wow, they burnt everything to try and kill each other. But it is interesting to note, Fizz not really needing any help. Meanwhile, Panic at the Top Hat still being solo killed by the Fizz.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
I'm a second behind, but it's fine.
Yeah, I am as well.
Yeah, but with that being said, they CNCND is able to have an early Infernal Drake, which will help him out in those team fights and counter.
Oh, Hillary Clinton actually going down on the fall. That's a lot of damage. He's getting healed up by the ultimate. Going to get knocked up. Hillary Clinton picking up that kill.
Wow.
Okay, so sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's totally fine, dude. It's your job.
Carries Next Door are not playing the macro game very well right now. It's very, very sloppy. Meanwhile, CNCND are playing to their team comp. They're getting these little skirmishes here and there, and they're winning them. They're winning these non-5v5 team fights. which, oh my god, that's a lot of damage from the Q, which was one of their win conditions. They're doing very, very well on the side of Vision. It could be a little better. They need to start trying to set up a lot of deep wards to try and catch the catch carriers next door on rotations. But so far, very well played from Sen News. They're definitely not just rolling over.
Oh, yeah.
Maye actually going to go ahead. The binding hits. The heal comes out, but Ouroboros is still going to go down. You know, Pack in the top hat taking a less than favorable trade. They're actually going to go ahead and try and get this this bot tower. I believe this is first tower.
Yes, it will be if they get
burnt
it.
by Family Man. He is still trying. They're actually not going to get it. Family Man using the ultimate. Juice Me Daddy is here, knowing that Panic at the Top Hat had to back from that great trade that he had earlier. Is not going to come up with anything, though. Rengar is on the top side of the map, so really nothing to do here other than relieve that pressure from Family Man and saving that first turret.
You know, like you said, Senneeds is actually playing the macro game really well on top of playing to their win condition, and that's something you don't really see a lot, is when a team could do both successfully. You know, Sen News was the underdog here, but as of right now, it's a pretty solid game. It's really I keep saying this, but it's definitely anybody's game from here on out. You know, while that little skirmish was going on in the bot lane that CND won, Hillary Clinton and Juicy Miami took Rift. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they're losing things, but they're also gaining things as well, and that's how you play League of Legends.
Interesting to note, the gold lead is completely tied up right here, maybe 200k. Actually, Family Man with a 20, actually almost a 30 CS lead at this point, really putting the pressure on the Sivir. However, the Sivir does have the 2 kills, so not that far behind both of them. 2.5 items deep. Ezreal does have that Sheen. Ezreal does have that Sheen, about 1.5k gold separating the both of them.
Which, I mean, could be a lot. I mean, that's a BF sword and a couple pots, you know.
Definitely.
But yeah.
Also, he didn't go for the double tier build. He actually went. I think he's going for a. Is that that might be a Triforce? It could also be. I was just told that you build tier 3rd item. I'm not an AD carry.
Neither am I.
My bad. So, well, you know, we say that's a 3rd item. So he is actually going to go for the Triforce with that Phage pickup here.
Oh man, CND is so close to getting his first tower.
Hillary Clinton actually taking very, very low, betting at the top half, flashing to try and get it. Maye is here. Juice Me Daddy is without the E. Drops the Ignite to try and salvage something, but it doesn't work out. Very well positioned by Maye, and really huge damage coming out from the side of carries next door. Gonna go ahead and take that first turret in the mid lane. That's actually a very substantial swing because it is the mid lane tower going down. Rafal is going to get knocked up by Juice Me Mommy, is going to go ahead and get taken down. So much damage coming from the side of the Ornn. But meanwhile, carries next door actually trying to go ahead and get this Earth Dragon. They do have the smite advantage. Maya actually...
It's funny because...
the binding is, but Uramus is actually caught in a bad situation. Hillary Clinton is here. Adonville popping the ult, not going to do anything. It gets... he actually survives with the auto attack. Maya going to go ahead and flash out of the pit as well. Disastrous play. Ouroboros actually ulting. He ulted Adonville closer to the wall, letting him have that free flash over the wall and surviving that auto attack damage.
Yikes. Big yike arena right there.
Man, there was no reason to. There was no reason to ult. There's no reason to ult. You did not have the flash, so you couldn't flash ult them closer to the team. So why even ulti at that point? You know you won that fight. Hillary Clinton in a bad situation, going to go ahead and hit the blast plant. Is going to go ahead and get away from this situation as Maye just burnt flash to get out of the pit earlier. Pops Predator and Pops the Righteous Glory. Family Man in a very precarious situation. Goes ahead and flash. He actually dodges the undertow. Very well played. Wow.
Just wow. Yet again,
Juicy Daddy is
PMA
actually going
LCS.
to lose on the Chum the Waters. Ultimate, Ezreal Ultimate coming through. That's a lot of damage coming out from the Ornn. Hillary Clinton is in the mix as well. Panic at the Top Hat is coming down river. Rafal is going to go down early. Panic at the Top Hat still going to go ahead and go down the river. Call of the Ram God is actually going to go through. There's a lot of damage being taken right now. They're underneath the tower. Panic at the Top Hat going to go ahead and charm up the Ornn. Ornn flashes. Family Man is going to go ahead and flash out of there as well. Hillary Clinton going to go ahead and trade his life. Juice Me Daddy is still trying to get the damage. The W is not going to be enough. Wow, that's crazy. That's a lot. That's so much. Are they going to go ahead and get this tower right here? They are. They're going to go ahead and try. Juice Me Daddy is on the hunt. Adonville is very low. He's going to have to back, and they're going to go ahead and take this tower here. Very well played. Again, very, very well played by Sen Nudes. They knew they had the numbers advantage. It was a 4v5 situation, and they took it to them. It was only a trade for Hillary Clinton in there. Very, very well played. Very strategically played, understanding that they had the numbers advantage early, which is something that they needed to do.
You know, something I'm realizing here too is picking the Ezreal is actually like kind of a counter pick here against Maie's Olaf. You know, as we're seeing, the Ezreal's able to escape when the Olaf Righteous Glory or ults in on him, and it's not. I mean, Olaf is 5-1, so I mean he's obviously fed, he's really strong, but it's not paying off as well as we saw last week. And that's important to note as well. Yeah. You know, it's really funny to see too that Sendy's actually has been team fighting a little bit better than CND here with, you know, the team fight comp that CND has, and so it'll be interesting to see what they do. Unfortunately, Panic at the Top Hat and Rafal have a few more deaths than I would like to see, and I think that's really impacting their performance. 23 minutes in the game here.
Yeah, little vision fighting over here in the top side between Oboro and Rafal. Rafal ended up getting the better of it. Mm-hmm. So now here's where the vision game takes place. The mid game. Everyone is everywhere at the same time. You have to get that vision score up. The pink wards are absolutely crucial, and that is exactly what they're doing. Look at all the pink wards that they've already used to clear out on wards. They need to continuously doing that. Continuously do that. I can't speak today. They need to continuously do that while also grabbing that advantage. Juice Me Mommy, actually in a very precarious situation. Panic at the Top Hat and Uramoose, Rafal, everyone is here to try and get him down. He's going to go ahead and hit the call of the Ram God, but he is going to be taken down 4v1. Oh, but meanwhile...
Oh, wait a minute.
Meanwhile, Sen News is actually taking this scenario, and they're going to try and rush a Baron. They do not have any Mountain Drakes to go ahead and help them with this. They're trying very, very hard. Rafal actually TP's in. They're going to have to get away from this. All of KND is actually going to go ahead and rotate over. Not a bad idea, but unfortunately did not have both the damage nor the Mountain Drakes to go ahead and take that as quickly as they wanted to. But again, you know, the thought process was there, and it was very well executed. Unfortunately, like I said, they just didn't have the damage, and that's kind of what comes with the fact that, you know, you have an Ezreal that has Muramana. Oh, the charm actually coming down in the middle of the minions. Oh my gosh, Mei in the mix is not going to take anything. That was insane. That was a Morgana binding queued up with a charm from Panic at the Top Hat, getting both the initial damage as well as the true damage on the way back with the Ahri Orb of Deception. Oh, meanwhile, Juice Me Daddy is actually trying to find Mei. Going to go ahead and flash, is not going to be able to pick up the kill. Very good flash by Mei. Oh, Ignite, not going to be able to take him down. Uramoose going to go ahead and spell shield the rest of that damage.
You know, we are just seeing some great PMA, LCS, League of Legends fundamentals here. With the Baron call, with the rotations, with the Rafal TP. I mean, it's really nice to see the level of execution being played by both of these teams here. You know, when I initially joined PMA LCS, I'm not going to lie, I thought it wasn't as clear cut as it is right now. And I got to say, I really like to see this, you know, with some of these calls. I feel like I don't want to say, you know, we're like a real thing, but you know what I mean? Like,
we are real.
Well, it's not that we're not real.
Oh, actually, the charm hitting on Juice Me Mommy. Panic in the top hat trying to find something. Maye is actually not going to steal the dragon. Juice Me Daddy in a very precarious situation. He needs his team to actually go on to him. Not going to be able to get it. Seems like Carries Next Door is winning this fight. Juice Me Mommy is going to be next on the menu. Morgana Binding hitting. Panic in the top hat is going to go ahead and hit the Zanyas. Family Man and Ouroboros have to get out of this situation. Rafal is going to go ahead and follow them. He has the ult going. Is not going to go ahead and find them.
So close. But anyway, like I was saying, with these calls, it's really cool just to see how everybody's doing. And just like that team fight there, like I said in Champ Select, Rafal's got a couple items now, Olaf's got a couple items, and the team fighting is just a lot cleaner. The tanks are getting tankier, the damage dealers are doing more damage on the side of CND, and that's just, rooting for CND over here. That's what you want to see. Hopefully Sen Nudes could bounce back, though. I definitely think they can if they get some more picks here. If we look at the Vision score game, though, Maye has 20 more Vision scores, over Hillary Clinton here. And that's really, that's a big difference here. I mean, that's more wards being cleared out. And so Sen Nudes really has to put out some more Vision here if they really want to get those picks off here. Will there be a Baron play, though? Sebastian, I don't know if you're still here, but gotta say, Sebastian, it's really nice, casting with you. This is really cool. Gotta say, I love PMA LCS. Looks like there's nothing really going on here right now. Just the teams are resetting, getting that mid lane pushing here. So hopefully CND can do the Baron. I just want to make a little disclaimer. I'm sorry if I seem a little bit biased towards CND. I think both teams, this is, the gold lead is maybe under 2,000 here. Not a lot. Both teams are just one team fight away from taking this game, I believe. I'm only gold 5. I have no idea what League of Legends is. You know what I mean? Rich, I know, but I'm.
What? Uramus took that red.
Oh, he did.
Uramus took the red buff with the pool.
Yikes!
That's unfortunate. But you can kind of counter. Oh, Chum the Water hitting Panic at the top hat, but Juice Me Daddy in a very bad situation. Maye missing the first initial undertow is going to go ahead and hit Ragnarok. Juice Me Daddy is going to go ahead and pop Zanyas of his own. He's going to get bounded up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. That's. I think that's Baron, actually. I think the Baron call is going to go ahead and come out without the Fizz being there. You still have 50 with the Rengar. However, they still have a lot of damage, and they're actually trying to find these picks. You see these very deep vision boards coming out from the side of Carries Next Door, trying to see who rotates where. There's no pink on the Baron right now, so Sen Nudes actually do have vision of the Baron. They're just going to go ahead and take this top tier 1, that's standing gold.
I think they needed to take that top tower if they want to make a Baron play here. As of right now, while CND had priority in the mid lane, they did not have priority in the top lane, and that would mean that the other... Oh, God, I'm spacing out here. And that would mean that Sen Nudes could just rotate into River and could really just mess up.
Juice Me Mommy missing, dodging that Morgana binding, I'm sorry.
No, that's totally fine.
That would have been a very, very bad situation for him. Hang on the top hat, actually ulting over the wall, gonna go ahead and find Trombonus. Trombonus is still in there, not gonna go ahead and take him out. Juice Me Dad is gonna go ahead and assassinate the Ahri. Maye is a little bit in over his head. Juice Me Mommy is gonna call the Forge of the Ram God. Juice Me Mommy is in the thick of it. Family Man is just in the back, dealing the damage. Juice Me Mommy is still there. Gonna go ahead and knock up 3. It's not gonna matter. Donville is doing a lot of damage. Rafal as well. Gonna go ahead and pick up a double kill.
Wow.
4 for 3 on the side of Carries Next Door here.
Yeah, the team fight comp is starting to play off a little bit. Sen Nudes was able to get some early game kills, but I don't think it was enough, really. They need to get some more picks. They need to do something here. Because that might be a mid... Oh, no, never mind. The Ezreal ult is going to clear out that wave, so they will not be losing a mid tower, but they might lose a top tower here with Rafal split pushing in the top lane. Oh, it looks like he's going to back. It's fine.
I actually don't think so. Bot lane right now is
Mhm.
being under heavy pressure with these minions. Panic at the top hat is going to go ahead and pick up a pretty substantial paydown here. Missing a lot of the Orb of Deception, but Adonville goes ahead and picks up the rest.
Oh, what I was saying earlier about the Baron play, though, could have messed up CND there if the CND was in the pit. I ended on the word mess, and I just wanted to clarify what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Sebastian, you're doing great by play-by-play. Love it that you're just cutting me off, man. I'm not, and I mean that because that's what you're supposed to do, and it's great. Keep it on, man. All
right. So this is where the vision, like I was saying, is so crucial. It's so crucial for Send Nudes. They need to try and start getting a little bit deeper vision control, because right now Carries Next Door is starting to handhold between Rafal, Morgana, and Panic at the Top Hat, and they're winning these fights, and they're actually getting the picks off before Send Nudes can. They're getting this Infernal Drake. They don't have vision of it, but they know that it's happening. Juice Me Mommy is going to go ahead and come in. Panic at the Top Hat going to go ahead and pick up the Drake. Meanwhile, Ouroboros is in the middle of it. Oh, Rafal is just going to go ahead and pick on the Janna. Panic at the Top Hat is not going to be able to pick up Juice Me Daddy. Juice Me Daddy in a very precarious situation. Wow. Juice Me Mommy trying to pick up something on the side. Actually, 3v1ing at this point. Rafal is going to go ahead and take out Juice Me Mommy. Panic at the Top Hat going down to Family Man. May is trying to disengage. Is going to go ahead and do that. Obora actually gets away with his rifle. Rafal is here. He's going to try and find something somewhere. He is going to throw the Q. Not going to hit anybody. And they go ahead and disengage from that. That is 2 for 1. Still going to the side of Carries Next Door.
Yeah, I mean, they're just winning these team fights by a small margin here, but later in the game, that margin's going to pay off. That's another Infernal Drake here, Infernal Drake, excuse me, for CND, and I gotta say, that's what they need. They need the extra damage here in these team fights, just to Hillary Clinton or Juice Me Daddy or Family Man can't just one shot. They won't be able to one-shot, Adonville or whoever, just because the damage output from CND is going to be a little bit greater than the damage output from
Oh, Hillary Clinton actually in a bad situation. Actually going to go ahead and pick up some support from his teammates. Going to go ahead and disengage from that fight. Oh, call the Forge Ram God. Juice Me Mommy actually walking away from it, not being able to cast the second.
Oh no, and it looks like his team's flaming him a little bit with all the question mark pings.
That's a tilter.
A big that's a Yikerino. If you could, just type in Yikerino in the chat. God.
So now with that ultimate down, Carries Next Door actually taking a little bit more liberty in the jungle, not really about that huge CC. Yurmoose is actually going to go ahead and find Juice Me Mommy. Yeah, with that big ultimate down, they're actually getting a lot more of this deep vision control on the side of Carries Next Door. This is exactly what they want. Hillary Clinton missing the Bola Strike again, actually forcing the ultimate out of Maye. That's actually huge. The backline is safe for now with that ultimate being down, and Janna actually has full range to disengage any sort of team fight that happens from now on.
Personally for me, I don't know if Maye needed ulted. It looked like he was going to be far enough away from the bush so the Rengar couldn't jump on him again. Granted, it's better to be safe than sorry. That's the comp they play, and they're playing it really well.
Hillary Clinton popping the ultimate, and so is everyone's just burning ultimates. Both of these teams taking very big precaution on trying to get picked, because they understand that if they get picked in a very bad situation, in a 1v1 situation, that will spell Baron, and that can turn any sort of fight. Juice Me Mommy and Rafal both now in the bot lane trying to get this tower down. Rafal actually not going to be able to do so with the Ezreal cleaning up. Panic at the Top Hat in a very bad situation. Ouroboros is going to not go down from the Ignite, popping the ultimate to go ahead and live through it. Juice Me Mommy still in the bot lane with Rafal. Rafal not actually taking a lot of damage. He's being very tanky. Has not popped the ultimate yet. Still has that in his back pocket. Juice Me Mommy still trying to pull out as much damage as possible. Rafal now pops the ultimate. Is now going to back back away, but huge healing. Has that Spirit Visage. Juice Miwami doesn't have such healing factor. Rafal is still trying to get something going down. Juice Miwami has that Unbreakable. Yep, he is going to go ahead and hit that down. Maye now popping the Predator is going to go ahead and go for it. Call the Ram God is going to go ahead and not going to hit anybody, but Janna is here, going to try and disengage. Uramus is here as well. Maye with the Ragnarok going to go ahead and take the kill.
Wow, just a lot of stuff going on here in this game on both teams here. It's really unfortunate that Juice Me Mommy wasn't able to on that. Interesting to note, Rafal has a 50 CS lead over Juice Me Mommy.
That's
we saw this last week, and we're seeing it this week. Rafal and his CS, just impeccable, just remarkable to be this far ahead again.
Yeah, it's most CS in the game.
He has most CS in the game. It's just wow.
I think that's just the nature of Mundo, though. The nature of Mundo is to be that split push monster, not being able to get out by anybody and creating a lot of pressure. Hillary Clinton ulting onto a minion, that spells disaster. Rafal sniffing out blood, actually pops the ultimate early, trying to get that early damage, and Family Man trying to kite as much as he can. Does not do enough damage. Rafal is very tanky. Juice Me Daddy actually missing on the Chum the Waters. Juice Me Wami is now going to try and go ahead and engage on this. Panic at the Top Hat outputting so much damage. Juice Me Wami still trying to find a way in. Rafal is going to go ahead and disengage from that. Good Morgana Q. Going to go ahead and call the Ram Forge God. Actually trying. Oh, and Panic at the Top Hat absolutely obliterates Ouroboros. They can't take this fight anymore. They don't have the support. And they're going to go ahead and back away. This is Baron. Is it not?
Yeah,
oh no, they're
I
actually going to start setting up for the Elder Drake. Actually, no. Very interesting.
What? Wait a minute.
Oh well. Actually, Juicy Mommy being very tanky, not taking a lot of damage from Panic at the Top Hat, is going to go ahead and try and get this wave clear going. So now there's a lot. They're actually rotating towards Elder now, but Panic at the Top Hat with the late bag doesn't have a lot of mana. I don't think they can actually take this. Ouroboros is up and will be able to join the fight for whatever objective they go for. They're still going for this Elder. Will they trade it? It looks like they're going to trade the Elder for the Baron. No, the Ezreal ult comes through, so they know that they're going for it. Send Nudes is going to go for the Baron. Do they have enough damage? I think they do, but they're taking it a little bit slower than usual. Rafal going to go ahead and preemptively teleport in. Jumbo Waters comes out, not going to actually hit Rafal. Panic at the Top Hat destroys Ouroboros again. Rafal is in the mix. He pops the ultimate. He's taking so much healing factor, but Send Nudes actually does take the Baron. Hillary Clinton is running for his life. Juice Me Daddy in the wrong side of the pit, actually going to pop the Zonias, is still going to try and get away, but actually doesn't. Adonvo actually picking up that kill. Panic at the Top Hat still going to go ahead and pick up Juice Me Lummy as well. So 4 for 1 on the side of Carries Next Door. Have the Elder Drake and only one member to go through with the Baron buff. This may be GG. The bot lane is completely exposed. There are super minions pouring into the base now. Maye going to try and find and zone out this Ezreal. Ezreal not doing a very substantial amount of damage. Panic at the Top Hat and these four are going to go ahead. The ultimate comes through. Uramus is very low. Maye very low as well. Adonville still very low. Panic at the Top Hat trying to go ahead and get the assassination on Family Man. Everyone is hitting the Nexus, and that's going to be it. That's going to be GG on the side of Carries Next Door.
Wow, holy crap. Also, something to point out, Panic at the Top Hat, Flame Horizon, Juice Me Daddy. I'm surprised we didn't notice that CS differential, but wow, just impeccable playing, both teams, yet again.
I have to give a lot of credit to Set Nudes. They play to their team comp very well. Going into the 15-minute mark, they were actually on top and they were in the driver's seat. Unfortunately, Adonville not dying, a couple of misplaced Ram God ultimates. Hillary Clinton, that last team fight actually ulted a minion. A lot of these Juice Me Daddy, he was what 2-2 out of lane with Frank being 0-2. Ends up picking up 7 more deaths down the line. I mean, they played it very, very well. Early mid game to early game, they played it very, very well. Unfortunately, they just couldn't translate that. And I mean, Maye just really putting on his carry pants this game and was able to kind of weather the storm that was early game and really translated that into late game. Really interesting to note, though. Really interesting to note is the fact that Family Man actually had the most damage in game. Yeah, Family Man.
Yep.
Yeah. Family Man actually having the most damage in game with Panic at the top hat, not far behind, only 3k damage behind. So, really good stuff. They just couldn't convert it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely. And I definitely agree with you on that. This game, I mean, I feel like both teams played into their comps very well. We saw in the early game, like you said, CND wasn't really cutting it, mid lane, bot lane, but they were everybody got like 2 or 3 items, and then team fights were they were just brutal on the side of CND. They were able just to walk away. I mean, like you said, Panic at the top at 2 in lane, he ended 12-7. I mean, that's impeccable. I mean, he was able to he was just able to bounce back. Adonville didn't die once. I mean, that's what needed to happen, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
But if one of us, I've never made the MVP poll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Rich, for making the MVP poll. Vote for your favorite MVP.
If I had to give MVP, I would actually give it to Adonville on the Sivir. Why? Because it was a very clean game. Didn't let the early game really get to him, even though a lot of his teammates, were dying. But he kept a clear head. He did what he needed to do. He did his job perfectly. The positioning around, I mean, there was a lot of assassins. There was a Rengar and there was a Fizz that he needed to out kite, and he did it very well. He didn't get assassinated once. Very, very good positioning. So I actually want to give it to Adonville for that, for just having a very clean game.
Personally, for me, I can't give it to Adonville. I think he needed to do more damage. I mean, looking at the damage chart, he didn't die, so that's good. But I don't think he put out the damage he needed to put out to get MVP here. Personally, for me, I would give it to somebody like Maye or Ball. I think them getting tanky and then them frontlining and putting pressure, or Fall specifically putting pressure in that bot lane, in that in the switch in that mid to late game, as well as just putting the second highest damage out on his team. I think I got to give it to him. The only reason why I don't want to give it to Panic is just because of that early game, unfortunately. But great win for CND, and CND did not go down without a fight. I mean, it was until that last Baron call. It really was. But it sucks. But okay.
Yeah. So for VOD purposes, we're going to go ahead. We're going to cut the stream, but don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back here with Game 2. So stick around. We'll be right back.